Ah, so relaxing. It's time for the Real Report, and this week it is the Talk About Tackle. And here to talk us about tackle and how to use it, Jordan Rodriguez from Tight Lines 208. Today, though, we're going to talk about a Panther Martin Spinner. Okay, what are we talking about here? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so a spinner is basically just this kind of hunk of metal with a spinning blade. And the Panther Martin is one of the manufacturers, and they're one of my favorites, so that's what I wrote about today. And the thing people ask is, what is this supposed to look like, right? Yeah. It's just like this piece of metal, it's got hooks on it, it's got the spinning blade. Well, the answer is when it's in the water and it's being retrieved. So you cast this and then you retrieve it, usually in an upstream direction if you're fishing in the river. It'll spin the blade, and as it goes through the water, it just kind of looks like a small fish or some kind of other fleeing creature, and it just triggers that predatory response in a fish of like there's some food, and so they come and eat it. So what it looks like in the water is quite different from what it looks like when it's just sitting in your hand.
So what are the best tips for using the spinners? I would imagine you want to get it really spinning. How do you do that?
Yeah, you cast, like I said, usually if you're in the river, you want to cast it like either across or slightly downstream and then bring it upstream. And the reason for that is when you think about fish swim in an upstream direction, so that's what's going to mimic a small fish moving upstream and get a big fish to come over and try to eat it. And it is important to reel at like a pretty quick pace, especially if you're in shallower water, because they're made of metal. Yeah. If you're not reeling, they will sink to the bottom and then usually get stuck. If you're fishing in deeper water, maybe like an alpine lake, you can allow it to sink a little bit further and then begin your retrieve. But they're definitely a retrieve lure. That's how they look right in the water and get the desired action as you're retrieving it, reeling it in.
What's your go-to trout lures? It seems like this might be an option.
This is definitely like in the top 3 of like things that I'm going to have. I'm going to have a Panther Martin Spinner. I'm going to have probably some kind of Rapala, and then I may have some kind of float set up with like either an artificial plastic bait or a live bait, a worm or a shrimp or something like that. Those are probably like the 3 things that I'm going with as far as spinning tackle for targeting trout. And this is definitely a trout lure. I've seen people use spinners to catch other things like smallmouth bass at times, crappie at times. But for me, I consider this a trout lure, and I think that's really what they are most effective at.
Okay, real quickly, I'm told we're very short for time. Quick fun trick for these, the Panther Martins?
Yeah, so if you're seeing fish follow, and a lot of times they will follow and not commit, try killing your retrieve for just a second. So you're reeling, pause, and it'll flutter down. And then when you resume, a lot of times that triggers the strike right there.
Okay, and viewers, let us know at home if these tips are helping you out. You can always find Jordan's work on Tight Lines 208. Let's send it over to Sophia Bliss.